What's going on, boxing world? Stay in the middle of Pot Shot Boxing. Happy New Year's to all of you, boxing world, because it's my first video in a little while. So I just wanted to say to all my boxing world and Pot Shot Boxing fans, thank you so much for your continued support. Um, but just wanted to make this little video. Uh, it's in I wanted to talk about the uh, last night's fight between Danny Garcia and Robert Guerrero. It was for the vacant WBC welterweight title. It was a very interesting fight, very good fight. Robert Guerrero started out pretty good. He was using his jab, backing Danny Garcia up, and for the first couple of rounds, especially rounds 1 and 2, I had Guerrero winning the fight. He was using his aggression to push Garcia back, and he forced Garcia to fight backwards. And that was the question that we all kind of had in the boxing world, was whether or not Danny Garcia could fight backwards, because I didn't think he could do it, but impressively, he did. Um, I think Danny Garcia took round 3, and then Guerrero came back and took round 4. So heading into round 5, uh, I had I had Guerrero up 3 rounds to 1 heading into round 5, and then for some reason, Guerrero kind of packed his jab in. And when he packed his jab in, Garcia was able to counter him with all types of hooks. Preferably the right hook that was just destroying Guerrero. And then from the sixth round on, because I actually gave Guerrero, actually not Guerrero, I gave Garcia that fifth round. And then so from the fifth round on, Garcia just pot shotted and pretty much hit Guerrero with so many counter hooks. He even knocked the spit out of his mouth on one of those punches. It was just a impressive night for Danny Garcia after the fifth round. But he did get off to a rocky start. But it was a very good fight. Guerrero in the end did try to uh, knock Garcia out, because by the 12th round he needed a knockout anyway. But he did a great job just trying to you know do everything in his power to uh, you know knock out Garcia and try to get the vacant WBC welterweight title. But in the end, it was Danny Garcia's uh, speed, footwork, because Danny Garcia uh, uh, wisely kept the fight in the middle of the ring from round 5 on, and he just countered Guerrero on the inside when Guerrero tried to get on the inside. And it was devastating, shot after shot, brutal shots that Guerrero had taken from Garcia. So impressive in the end. I actually scored the fight 116 to 112. I gave Guerrero rounds 1. I gave him round 2. I actually gave him round 4. But after that, I gave him the 12th too. Even though, because the 12th round was great, because Garcia already knew he had it in the bag. So Guerrero, sort of got that round, because Guerrero, pretty much took round 12 off. But they did create fireworks down the stretch in that 12th round. It was great action, especially in the last 30 seconds of that 12th round. It's what boxing is all about. It's what boxing fans want to see. A slugfest down the stretch. These two guys traded shots down the stretch, and it was uh, definitely, definitely exciting for the boxing world. So it was just a great fight. I give Guerrero a lot of credit, but at the end of the day, he just packed his jab in. I think if he would have kept his jab in and continued to uh, make Garcia fight backwards, he may have had a chance. But Garcia did a great job fighting backwards. I didn't know he could fight backwards, and he did an excellent job fighting backwards. So I give Danny Garcia a lot of credit. But in the end, uh, Danny Garcia was awarded the 12th round, uh, uh, unanimous decision victory to capture that vacant WBC welterweight title that was vacated by Floyd Mayweather Jr. due to Floyd Mayweather's retirement. So, kudos to Danny. What lies ahead for him in the future? I hope it's a fight with, Keith Thurman was talking like he wanted to fight. Maybe he can fight Amir Khan. There's a lot of guys he can fight. In the welterweight division, it's just a hotbed, and it's a hotbed type of division in boxing. So he can fight anybody, and it's going to be a great matchup. I would prefer to see him fight Keith Thurman if Keith Thurman can get past Sean Porter, because that's going to be a huge fight for Keith Thurman come March 12th. So we'll see if Keith Thurman can pass that test with Sean Porter, which is not an easy test. But for me, it would definitely be a great fight if we could see those two guys bang. You'll have two sort of boxer punchers go at it in Garcia and Keith Thurman. I would love to see that in the fall if we can. But that's pretty much all I had. Just wanted to shed some light on that fight last night between the WBA welterweight title fight between Danny Swift Garcia and Robert the Ghost Guerrero. It was a pretty good fight, and it's a great way to kick off the year. I know there was a fight before that, which was Deontay Wilder, getting the knockout, but you know, this is 2016 is kicking off, real well for boxing. Boxing will never die, boxing world. So always remember that. You have some uh, idiotic statements out there where people think boxing is going to die. Boxing will never die. Boxing is in eras. So it's just Floyd's era has ended. So let's see which era picks up. It could be the Gennady era. It could be the Garcia era. We don't know. Danny Garcia era. I don't know. But we'll see. But that's pretty much all I had. Dana Miller, Pot Shot Boxing. Thank you all so much for your continued support. If you like this YouTube boxing channel, and if you like my posts, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube boxing channel by clicking on the red subscribe button below. Or you can also go to the official Pot Shot Boxing website and subscribe using the floating email boxing form. Okay, thank you all so much. Dana Miller, Pot Shot Boxing. You can always catch me out on all the social media entities. You can hit me up on Facebook at www.facebook.com/potshotboxing. You can hit me up on Twitter at www.twitter.com/potshotboxing. You can hit me up on Pinterest at www.pinterest.com/potshotboxing. Google Plus, Hootsuite, Tumblr, uh, Instagram, all of those social media entities. All right, thank you all so much. This is Dana Miller of Pot Shot Boxing, and like we say at Pot Shot Boxing, it's boxing news and article bites for all walks of life. All right, take care.